Namaskar students, welcome back to my another lecture. So in this lecture, I will be discussing a new topic of your syllabus. So if you recall my previous lectures, so in my previous lecture, I have given the concept of amplifier and how one can use transistor as an amplifier. So when we were learning the transistor as an amplifier, let us say common emitter transistor. So we learned that the output current, that is collector current, and input current was the base current. And we know that the collector current is of the order of milliampere and base current is of the order of microampere. So if you try to calculate the current gain, that is output current upon input current, input current upon output current. So output current upon input beta, basically current gain is equal to output current upon input current. So that means collector current will be equal to beta into IB, or beta is equal to beta, where that is gain we have defined there, that is gain in the signal. So output current is of the order of milliampere and input current is of the order of microampere. If you take the ratio of both, so gain will be nearly 1000 times. That means in a common amplifier circuit, if transistor is used as an amplifier, so gain is amplified. Means whatever signal we are putting at the input, that is amplified because of the high gain. So therefore, if there is some little distortion or some little noise due to any reason, it may be due to change in temperature, it may be due to magnetic field, it may be due to the stray electric field, there may be some other reason may be also there. So those external factor may create some distortions, may create some noise at the input. So along with your input signal, what signal you are applying, that will be also amplified. Along with that, whatever noise distortion is appear at the input, that will be also amplified. So sometimes what happens, the noise will be much amplified, so your actual signal what you are amplifying, you want to obtain, that is suppressed because of the amplified amplification of noise or distortions. So we need to address this problem in amplifier circuit. So how one can suppress those noise or distortions? So that is, in order to suppress the unwanted distortions or noise which is amplified with the amplifier circuit, that can be done by using the concept of feedback. So feedback is basically type of connection of process in a amplifier circuit, where we basically feeded back a portion of output signal to the input signal. So if you see the block diagram of a feedback amplifier, so that is basically we are giving a source voltage, that is input voltage, and this input voltage is applied as a input to the amplifier. So this amplifier may be a common emitter transistor amplifier, or maybe field effect transistor amplifier, maybe any device which basically amplify the input signal. Okay, so you are getting the output signal. So if you take a portion of output signal through some network and feed it back to the input signal, so this input signal will be modified from Vs to Vi, and it depends that what is the polarity of this feeded signal and input signal. So accordingly, this Vi will be modified. So this concept of feeding back, yeah, process of injecting a fraction of output energy, that may be voltage as current, in some device back to the input is known as the feedback. So that is the basic idea, concept of feedback. And the feedback is basically two type. One may be positive feedback and one may be negative feedback. So if you see the some parameter in the block diagram, so here we have written Vs. Vs is basically input signal, and Vo, that is output signal, and Vf is the feedback signal, which is we have taken a fraction of output signal into a input signal. This Vf will be different from Vo, okay, because this is a feedback voltage. So this feedback voltage is a fraction of output voltage. It depend, this Vf depend upon what is the value of beta, means how much feedback you are giving back to the input signal. And Vi, that is the input voltage, actual input voltage applied to the amplifier. Obviously this will be modified because if, because of the this Vs will be modified because of the Vf, so Vi will be equal to Vs minus Vi. It depends that what is the polarity of both input signal and Vf, that is feedback signal. Okay, so let us try to understand the positive feedback and negative feedback in feedback amplifier circuit. So when the feedback energy, this feedback energy may be in the form of voltage as current, is in same phase with the input signal, okay, then this type of feedback is called as a positive feedback. What I mean to say that, let us say we have a input signal Vi and we have amplifier, okay, and this amplifier basically introduces a 180-degree phase shift when we are getting the output. So if you recall, common emitter amplifier basically gives the phase change of 180 degree from input to output. So if you have input in this phase, so your output will be 180 phase change. Okay, so this is a amplifier, and it is not necessary that all amplifier introduce a phase shift of 180 degree. There may be some amplifier which may introduce zero phase shift. They may introduce some other phase shift, maybe 180, maybe some more phase shift is there. It depends that which amplifier you are using. There may be no phase change. If there is zero phase shift, then mean both input and output will be in same phase. So if it is happening, so let us say there is 180 phase change from input to output. Now if you feed back a portion of output into input, so obviously this input and output both are in the opposite phase. So the positive feedback says that both input signal and feedback signal should be in same phase. That means when we are feeding output signal to the input signal, we require a feedback network. And this feedback network should introduce 180-degree phase shift. So this 180 degree, it was 180 degree with the input. And again, if you add 180 degree, so this input and feedback network will be in same phase. So your Vi and Vf are in same phase. So this kind, now if you give back to the input, so this type of feedback is called as a positive feedback. So here basically what you are obtaining here, positive feedback is basically increasing the gain of the amplifier. Okay. So if positive feedback is increasing the gain, that means if you have an amplifier, and as I discussed, basic drawback of the amplifier was the, if a small disturbance, a small distortion, a noise appear at the input, that will be amplified 1 million times by the output. So noise will also increase. So with positive, if you are having an amplifier with positive feedback, so that means if noise comes into a amplifier, so that noise will persist for a long time and that will be amplified. That means that is the basic disadvantage of positive feedback, because the distortion and instability of the amplifier will be increased because of the gain in the amplifier of the positive feedback amplifier. Okay, and if you see, even once you given a signal to the input, and if you remove the input signal because of the positive feedback, the circuit basically go into the oscillations. So therefore, the basic application of positive feedback into the oscillatory circuit. So here, if you want to design a oscillatory circuit which should produce oscillations, or a circuit where one want to convert a DC signal into a AC signal, and at the output we want oscillations, continuous oscillations, then we have to give a positive feedback in that amplifier. That is the basic concept, idea, advantage and disadvantage of positive feedback. So let's try to understand the negative feedback. So as its name refers, negative, that means whatever input signal we are applying, we will get a output. Let us say we are introducing at the amplifier 180 phase change from common emitter amplifier. So input signal is in this phase and output is basically out of phase with the input. So the concept of negative feedback is if the input signal and the feedback signal, okay, if the input signal and the feedback signal both are opposite in phase, then have some change in phase, then that feedback is called as a negative feedback. So as I have shown in the circuit, here input and output both are in out of phase, 180-degree phase change is there, and we want that this input signal and feedback signal should be in opposite phase. So we are feeding this output signal through a feedback network, and this feedback network should not introduce any phase change. So that is why I have written here introduces zero phase shift. The feedback network should not introduce any phase shift. So this remains a feedback network remain 180-degree phase change with the input signal. So this type of feedback network is called as a negative feedback. Because here if you sum up both input and feedback signal, so this basically decreases the gain. Okay, obviously it decreases the gain. So because of the negative feedback decreases the gain, so one can reduce the distortions or noise of an amplifier circuit. So this negative feedback has several other advantages, like it gives very high input impedance, okay, and it's very low output impedance. So very high input impedance and very low output impedance. Apart from that, it gives the better stabilized voltage gain. So whatever voltage gain we are getting, that will be a stabilized, very well stabilized. And because of this, we are getting the improved frequency response by using the negative feedback from an amplifier circuit. And as I discussed, because of the negative feedback, it decreases the gain. So what will happen? It reduces the noise and it gives more linear operation of an amplifier circuit. So in most of the cases, apart from the oscillatory circuit, in most of the amplifier, negative feedback is used for amplifier purpose. So let's try to understand how one can and what are the possible connections type of doing the feedback circuit. So there are four basic way of connecting feedback signal. As I discussed, this feedback signal may be voltage, may be current. So both voltage and current can be fed back into the either series or parallel combination. If voltage is connected, fed back in series with some voltage, so that is voltage series feedback. If this voltage is fed back in parallel to the some current source, that is voltage shunt feedback. Similarly, if a current is fed back in series with some voltage, that is current series feedback. If current is feeded back in parallel to the some current source, that is current shunt feedback. Okay, so here I have clearly explained how the nomenclature has been done: voltage series, voltage shunt, current series, current shunt. The voltage always refers to the connecting output voltage. So this voltage, first name of this connection type, that is voltage. That voltage means that out output voltage. We have to always take voltage output as a voltage. So this voltage refers, first name refers that whatever output we have to feed it back, that should be a voltage. Okay, into the feedback network. And current refers that trapping some of the current, output current to the network. So voltage means output will be as a voltage, current means output will be as a current. And okay, so this voltage, current. The first name always in connection time refers the type of output voltage. Means what is the output signal we are giving, whether it is voltage or current. If output signal is voltage, that is voltage series. If output signal is voltage, that is voltage shunt. If output voltage is current, that is current series. If output voltage is current, current shunt. In the feedback network, we are using series and shunt. So series refers to connecting the feedback signal in series with the input voltage. It means whenever we are connecting, we are saying series feedback. That means whatever output signal is there, whether it is voltage or current, that will be always feeded back to the voltage source. That will be always feeded back to a signal which is a voltage. That is series means. And similarly, shunt means, shunt refers to the connecting feedback signal. Whatever feedback output signal you are taking, that will be connected in parallel with the input which is a current source. This means if voltage series is there, that means output is a voltage and input is a voltage. And these both are connected in series combination, that is plus minus combination and feedback. Voltage shunt means here output we have to take as a voltage, and this output voltage we have to feed it back in parallel to the shunt, that is current. We have a current, so we have to feed it back to the current source. Similarly, current series means we have to take output as a current, okay, through amplifier, and then this output current has to be fed back in series to the some voltage source. Similarly, current shunt means we have output as a current, and this current is fed back in parallel combination to the another current source, that is current shunt feedback network. So let us try to understand all four types of feedback connection types with the circuit diagram. So here voltage series, voltage shunt, current series, current shunt feedback circuit diagram is shown. So if you see here we have a source voltage, that is Vs, and then we have an amplifier, okay, and then we have output. Here this is name refer voltage series, that means output will be always a voltage. So we have a load resistance and we have a voltage. And then second term, that is series, that means series feedback. That means this output voltage, a, a fraction of this output voltage is fed back in series to the series means voltage to the voltage source. Okay, so here we have a, at the input we have voltage, at the output we have voltage. A fraction of output voltage is connected to the in series with to the input voltage source. So here plus to minus and minus to plus through a feedback network. If this is output is a VO, and output is a voltage, input is also a voltage. Means output is a voltage and feedback is also a voltage. So we can find out the beta, how much feedback we are giving. So beta will be equal to feedback voltage divided by output voltage. Okay, they are connected in series combination. Similarly, if we have a voltage shunt combination, that means we have a voltage shunt. At the output we have a voltage, and this voltage, a fraction of output voltage, is connected in parallel to a current source. That means that is shunting. That what I have explained in my previous slide. So at the that means that output voltage will be fed back to the current source in parallel combination. So here we have a current source current, and this source current is modified because of the feeding feedback fraction of current, and then II, that is the input current, and output is the voltage VO. Okay, so obviously gain will be equal to gain of the amplifier circuit will be output signal upon input signal. Here output signal was voltage, here output signal was voltage. So output voltage was input voltage was the gain. Here output signal is voltage and input signal is a current. So gain is VO upon II. Okay, that is output voltage upon input current. So this output voltage is fed back to the input current source in parallel combination, that means plus to plus and minus to minus through a feedback network. So what will be the value of beta? In this case, here basically we have a current and we have to feedback current. Here we have output at the voltage and we have to feedback to the current. So that means beta will be defined as the feedback signal divided by the output signal. So feedback signal we have current, and output signal what we have voltage. So beta is equal to feedback signal, that is current IF, upon output signal, that is voltage. Similarly, let's say we have a third connection time, that is current series feedback. So in current series feedback, the output is basically a current. Okay, and series feedback, that means input is basically a voltage and output, a fraction of this current output will be fed in series to the voltage source. Okay, that is the basic nomenclature of current series feedback. So we have an input source voltage and we have an input voltage, then we have a output signal after amplifier circuit. So here we have a output as a current, that is IO, output current, that is flowing through the load resistance, that is IL. Okay, output current we have IO. In input we have input signal, we have VI. So gain will be equal to output signal upon input signal. So here output signal is IO and input signal is VI. So gain is equal to IO upon VI. Okay, and then a portion of this output signal, that is current, has to be fed in series to the voltage source, because here we have a voltage source. So whenever we have a voltage source, that means in voltage source, whatever output we have to feedback, that should be in series. And in case of current, whatever signal we have to feedback, if at the input we have current source, so we have to feed in parallel combination. Okay, that is the idea. So it means this current has to be converted into a voltage through a feedback network, and we have to connect it in a series combination. Okay, so it means this feedback circuit, yeah, feedback value beta should be feedback signal divided by the output signal. So here what we have signal, feedback signal we have voltage, that is VF, and output signal we have current. So beta will be equal to VF upon IO. Here gain we have gain, that is current upon voltage, and in case of beta, in case of feedback we have voltage upon current. Okay, that is the difference. Now if you try to see the fourth connection type, so that is current shunt feedback. That means at the output we have a current, and shunt we have to, shunt feedback means we have to take a portion of this output current and connect in parallel to the current source, that is current shunt. Both are the current source. So here we have a source current, and then we are through a feedback we are giving a input current, then we are getting a output current. Okay, so input current is II and output current is IO. and this a portion of this output current is fed back to the input signal in parallel to the input current source through a feedback resistance. Here feedback current, what we have feedback current, we have IF, feedback signal is current and output signal is a current. So feedback, it means beta can be determined. So beta is equal to feedback signal, that is IF, upon output signal, that is IO. Here gain we have IO upon II, that is output current upon input current. Here beta we have feedback current upon output current. So this is the connection type of current shunt feedback network. So in this lecture, so we have I have discussed basic concept of feedback in the circuit. Why do we require the feedback in amplifier circuit? And as I discussed with the block diagram, if we take a fraction of output signal and feed it back into the input, so that is called as a feedback. Depending upon the phase of the input signal and the feedback signal, it gives two type of feedback, that is positive feedback and negative feedback. If both are in the same phase, so that is called as a, if input signal and feedback signal both are in the same phase, that is called as a positive feedback. And this is basically used in oscillatory circuits. And if both input signal and feedback signal are in opposite phase or have some phase change, then that is called as a negative feedback. And negative feedback is more stable. It has very high impedance, input impedance, low output impedance, reduces noise and more linear operation. Then I have explained the different type of feedback connections in this lecture. So with this, I thanks to all of you for listening me carefully. Thank you very much.